Knight, welcome back. Thank you for being here. I appreciate this.
Man, thank you for having me.
I was so happy to meet your beautiful wife backstage. You were telling me you guys went on a vacation, and I don't see you as kind of fanboying out or freaking out.
Yeah.
But you met someone and you kind of freaked out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, I've met so many wonderful people, some of them celebrities and famous people, and for me, the thing that's most important is the thing that you're sacred, that you consider sacred, the thing you're connecting to as an artist, that you keep that precious, that's the thing that you protect as a musician or an artist or painter or whatever it is. And so that's how I judge, for myself, how much I'm authentic. And so not often do I see someone that I'm like speechless. And we were on vacation, and I got up from the table and went down the hall, and Paul McCartney bumped into me in the hallway. And I'm like, hi, sir. I'm never like this. And I'm like, hi, sir. I'm M. Night Shyamalan. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a big fan. And he's like, oh, wow, you tell stories. You're great. And then he was so gracious and it was so beautiful. And we sat there in the hall and we talked forever in this hallway. And he was asking me everything about filmmaking and why and how and what how do I tell stories? And then his grandkids kept coming up. And they were like, Grandpa, where are you? And he's like, yeah, this is a very important filmmaker. And he was introducing me to his grandkids. And It was so beautiful.
Do you get that excited in general in life? I mean, you're always very chill when I meet you.
No.
Are you writing another script or something
I
like that?
am this morning. I am. I'm writing a new script. I wouldn't come here until I got my 4 pages done.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I got my 4 pages done. I was stuck around 3 pages, and I was like, uh-oh. I'm not gonna make the show.
You're gonna cancel on me?
Dude, I won't do it. I won't come.
Not coming on Fallon tonight. I gotta write. But you have the #1 movie right now. You knocked out Avatar.
Thanks.
I mean, come on. So we gotta celebrate.
Thank
Knock
you.
at the cabin. You don't celebrate.
Look, I'll celebrate the Eagles on Sunday.
All right. Yeah. This is a very young Knight right here with your dad and a camera. That's a good photo.
That Sophie used to have plastic on, the parents used to keep plastic
Yeah,
only.
of course.
So that must have been a real special occasion they took the plastic off.
Yeah, just for the photo.
Yeah, for the photo.
Then after the photo, put the plastic back on.
My dad is at home. I'm gonna have him watch this. And, I think, now he's very, very, very old. He had some strokes. And, he used to be so excited about me being famous and successful. And now it's just his kid when I come over. Like, I think he forgets all of this. So
is that right?
Kind of beautiful.
And he's just like, yeah, my son's here.
Yeah, my son's here, yeah.
And how are your kids?
They're amazing. My daughters are older and artists, and one of them is in Ireland, who's a filmmaker. She's going to do her first film. And
what?
Yeah, amazing. And the oldest one is an incredible musician, and they're touring and just amazing. Yeah.
This is cool. Good. I'm happy. We were talking backstage. You said you were playing Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Which I love. We know that game. It's a great game. And this card came up. M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Bruce Willis discovers that blank has really been blank all along. You said this is one of the honors in your life?
Well,
this is one of the biggest things that happened in your life? Not #1 movie, you don't care, but if you're a card in Cards Against Humanity, you finally made it?
Whenever these kind of pop culture things happen, it's very odd. Like, my mom will call and be like, you're on Wheel of Fortune. and I'm like, great, Mom. And then,
I love you, Mom. That's awesome.
She gets real excited. But we were at my in-laws' house, and my sister-in-law, we're playing Cards Against Humanity. We've all been drinking. And then she picks a card. She starts screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And I'm like, okay, all right, great. She says, it's you. And then so I was like, let's play the game. Let's keep playing the game. I'm very competitive. And so I was like, let's play the game. And then we play, and I give a very funny answer, like empirically the funniest answer. It's just the funniest answer. And she did not pick me. She picked her husband.
Yeah, you can't.
I didn't even win that.
You can't let
round.
it all go to your head. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's got to keep you humble. Come on. Let's talk about Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah.
Open Friday, #1 at the box office this weekend. You recently said this might be your best film. Can you set up what it's about?
Well, Knock is based on a book, and it's about a family that goes on vacation into a cabin in the woods, and 4 strangers come with weapons. They're very, very menacing, and they break in, and they tell this family that they've had visions of the end of the world, and the world's going to come to an end, and the only way to stop it is if one of these 3 family members chooses to kill one of the other family members. And if not, the world comes to an end.
How do you think of these crazy ideas? Like, I mean, but you're such a nice guy and a friendly guy. I mean, look at this kid. He's hanging out. He's playing with cameras. And then he's doing this. Like, you got to kill one of your family members? I mean, oh, my gosh.
Well, you
just like storytelling.
Well, I do. This one came from a book that was submitted to me. But the next three movies, like, I know the next three movies in my head. And it's a very precious thing. I don't really... I'm very scared that I'm going to stop coming up with ideas. And, I was watching Signs the other day, which we had a 20th anniversary. And for a charity thing we screened Signs, which was 20 years old.
Is it 20 years old?
20 years old. And I was watching myself on screen, but also remembering when I wrote it and the ideas that came up with, and I was just how you're not guaranteed that for 20 years you're going to come up with ideas. And so I just kind of hoard the ideas. I'm scared, that I'm going to one day wake up and not be inspired.
You will never, ever run out of ideas. You're M. Night Shyamalan. Come on, buddy. You're the best. You can't run out of ideas. Ever. It's never going to happen. I want to show everyone a clip from A Knock at the Cabin. Take a look at this.
Do you really think that everything that happened today, everything we've seen, do you really think it's all just a coincidence?
Yes. I think it's all coincidence. Some horrible, unexplainable coincidence. Or it has to be a trick. I have to believe that.
You already don't believe that.
Whoa. M. Night Shyamalan, Knock at the Cabin is in theaters now. We'll be right back with stand-up from Orlando Leyba. Stick around, everybody.